This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.
Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
What? Are we protecting? Are we protecting your virtue?
No, from sound.
No. From sound? I think we'll be right okay. That's fine. We'll do some audio screens. The recording.
Oh, you're recording?
Oh, of course.
Oh no.
We got to pull back the curtain and show them how they make the sausages.
Oh no. So welcome to What's on Tap podcast, where once again we are out and about asking, hey, what's on tap?
Right.
And it's more crowded than we usually record. It's more loud, at least.
The people at the bar are chattier than we normally get.
Yes.
Because it's kind of empty, so the hum of the bar doesn't mask their noise. But yeah, so we decided to come to Pickwick today. And Pickwick it's kind of one of the older...
It's an old classic.
Yeah, it's one of the older bars in Malmö. It's been here well before I ever moved here. I actually don't know when it was established, but it's part of this whole block that's owned by one particular establishment.
Yes.
So if you come here, you've got this kind of old school English pub, and then next door you've got
Swing In, which is where you want to go to hook up with 50-year-old women.
Right.
Or
So
older.
I think it's a 30+ like dance club.
Yeah, but that's because the 50 to 70-year-old women want 30-year-olds.
Okay, look, we're not passing judgment here.
No.
For each their own.
This is good. This is public knowledge, public information.
It's not it's not a swingers bar. Swing In, despite the name, is not a swingers bar. It is a older clientele dance club.
Yes.
Where you'll find plenty of taxi drivers, apparently, from what I've heard. But also there is there used to be, is it still there, the fondue place?
Yes.
Fondue place is still here?
Yeah.
And during the summer, there is a open garden seating area.
It's actually pretty nice.
It's really nice, right. But you can get your traditional grilled plank, for the summer with the French fries and 2 sauces and some grilled meats and stuff. It's quite nice.
Yeah. So in 2007, when I became a beer nerd, I worked quite close by, and I brought my friends here all the time because we could always find something we hadn't tried before. And this was when Malmö was really having a dry spell, where it was easy to drink every new beer that ever came out in Malmö.
Well, 12 years ago, there was not a lot of selections.
Exactly.
So it was pretty easy to always find the new hotness wherever you went.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there were only, Patty's, Pickwick, Fagan's.
Bishop Savoy was there.
Bishop Savoy.
Green
Gustav's
Lion
Torg had not opened yet.
No,
Green
Lion
Lion
had not opened yet.
Nope. Green Lion didn't come around for much, much longer.
2009, I think. It's
for the first time.
Yes.
Okay.
When
but Gustav's Torg was there before then.
10 or 11.
All right, so it was right around the same time. So there wasn't a lot to choose from, and there certainly was nothing out in the Mollevangen area, where now you have at least 4 or 5 places, because it was all this is back in the day when you walk into a bar and you would just order a Storstag,
yes,
a big strong,
yes.
and you would just get the Carlsberg, Prips, whatever was on tap kind of beer.
Yes. That leads us into the beer that I bought from tap, which is the modern equivalent of a steel stock.
Yeah.
It's a Bron American Pale Ale made by Äbro. So it's a Swedish mass-produced pale ale masquerading as a craft beer, but it's really mass-produced swill.
Exactly.
So that's going to be fun.
Right.
You want to try it?
Yeah, I do. I'm excited about this. So it is kind of the caramelly, kind of malty looking pale ale. It's almost looking kind of like a dark lager by nature. Cheers.
Cheers. So it is quite malty.
Oh, extremely malty.
It's extremely malty for a pale ale.
Yeah.
It could as well be a lager, like a Märzen or something.
Yeah.
For sure. I do understand why people would buy a lot of these.
Yeah.
And just keep like, 5 more beers, please, and they would get this instead of a Carlsberg.
What's the ABV on this?
I actually don't know. Okay. I think it would be 4 to 5.
Yeah, I would guess somewhere in there. And it's easy to drink. I mean, it's kind of hits that Doritos.
It's actually 5.6.
Wow, it's a little higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
but it kind of hits that Doritos level of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really go anywhere in any real direction, but all of it's kind of pleasing at the same time.
Yes.
You know, so it's just kind of very easy drinkable, which is, and it's what was it, 69 crowns or something like that?
65.
65 crowns for a pint?
Yeah.
I mean, I could do that, yeah. If I just wanted to come in and have a pint on a Sunday or something?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I could definitely do far worse. This is where, like, now we get into the beer snob part of the show.
Oh, no.
Is it a good beer? Not really.
Not really.
No. Does the environment and the atmosphere make it feel like it's a better beer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so beer in the atmosphere, above 3.
Yeah.
Beer on its own legs, 2.5.
Yeah, just as a beer, it's about 2.5. Not particularly good. It's too caramelly. The hops taste old and tired.
For sure.
The coloring is way too dark. It's a mess.
It's an after-work beer.
It is an after-work beer. It is just like, I just need something to drink before I go home to take the edge off kind of beer.
Yeah.
And a pint of it will not do you bad.
No.
So I would say overall, I'll give it a 3.
I'm at 2.5.
2.5 still?
And I know what I'm going to rate it as.
Yeah.
I still like the environment and the setting and being here.
For the time and the place and the environment, I give it a 3. If I was just at home drinking this, it would be a 2.5. Maybe even a 2.
Maybe.
All right.
You like the 1980s, don't you? Of course you do. We all do. But have you ever wondered why that decade was the way it was? Have you ever wished there was somewhere you could go to get past the usual day-glow sentimentality? To try and understand 1980s pop culture in a more social, political and historical context? Because if so, it sounds to me like you're ready to go beyond the aesthetics, beyond the nostalgia. Welcome to Beyond the Neon. Beyond the Neon is the podcast that dares to pull over the Testarossa, eject the Wham cassette and take off the Wayfarers. If you're looking for retro reviews of Back to the Future, The Goonies or John Hughes movies, you will not find that here. If you're looking for top 10 lists of A-Team episodes, Nintendo games or Stranger Things references, you will not find that here. If you're looking for long boring introductions, Squarespace ads or Patreon begging, you will not find that here. Because Beyond the Neon, we do things a little differently. In each documentary-style episode, I look at one area of 1980s popular culture and break it right down. And each episode features academic insight, guest contributions and interviews, as well as clips plumbed from the depths of the 1980s cultural void. Well, YouTube, mainly YouTube. To help illustrate the wonderful, perplexing, terrifying, joyous and utterly thrilling world of 1980s pop culture. Beyond the Neon might not be as regular as other 1980s podcasts, but that's because Beyond the Neon isn't like other 1980s podcasts. Subscribe to the show today and check out all past episodes by visiting beyondtheneon.co.uk.
The Mulberry Boys, every Friday night. On the show, you better know they keep it tight. ETL is back and the J-Strom's in the zone. Introduce the co-host, he doesn't do it alone. PCZ is about to hold court. You know he's on the headset, you can hear him snort. Pop culture, movies, TV shows and games. Rotten Tomatoes, reviews, news and Blu-rays. Foggy don't play around, he will bust a drop fast. Welcome to the Entertainment Landfill Podcast, the Jason and Steven Show. It's the Jason and Steven Show. What? The Jason and Steven Show. It's the Jason and Steven Show.
So I've got something from Sadler's, which is a brewery I've never heard of before, but was established in a long time ago. I can't read the print; it's too small. It's called Peaky Blinders. It's a black IPA, which, if you've ever listened to the show, you know I do not like black IPAs, so I'm not anticipating this to be a great beer.
So the thing is, you can't just say that it's called Peaky Blinders, because Sadler's has an entire row of beers, all called Peaky Blinders. There's Peaky Blinders black IPA, Pale Ale, Lager, IPA. They have everything. Stout, even.
Well, what I'm guessing is this is all connected to the, I believe it's the HBO series called Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, probably.
Right. So there is a marketing tie-in, much like there was the Game of Thrones beers that came out.
Yeah.
These are the Peaky Blinder beers.
Yes.
Based on.
So you wanted the IPA, but it was out, so you got the black IPA.
Well,
instead.
what I didn't understand was I wanted the red IPA, but it didn't have the name Peaky Blinder on it, and I was going for the name. I went for the name alone.
Yes,
because I did not expect it to either one to be very good. But I would like a red IPA over the Pale Ale or the black IPA, because I did have a feeling this black IPA is going to be. It's going to be hot trash.
Maybe.
Coming in at 4.4% ABV, this clearly falls into the session level. It is black. It is not smelling great. But let's dig into it.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Cheers. It for sure has a roasted flavor.
It has the roasted metallic flavor.
Metallic even. I mean, but this is what all black IPAs taste like.
Well,
it's thin.
Yeah, it's thin for sure.
But it tastes like a textbook black IPA.
I would say it's lacking on the hops. I'd say that's where it falls flat. You get the roastedness, and it's there. There's some character. There is some depth. Mm-hmm. But I think you're missing the hop side of the equation.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it kind of falls flat.
Yeah, it's pretty one-dimensional.
But to be fair, I think this is overall criticism of the style.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to black IPAs, you can get the roasted malts part in pretty easily, but hitting it with that hoppy essence that you want for an IPA, they always fail on me. There's very few instances where I've tried black IPA and thought, oh my god, they got it.
Wow.
Vibrant Forest does a black IPA that's outstanding. Mm-hmm. But
they're pretty cool.
Outside of that, I can't think of too many other black IPAs I've tried. So I just usually tend to avoid them altogether.
Yeah.
It's a horrible trend that should never have happened.
Any beer with a color in its name is usually bad.
I like red ales.
No,
brown ales. I mean, they're not exciting styles.
Brown
but
ale is my least favorite style of any beer.
I think brown ales is a very underappreciated style and can be done a ton with. Like when you get like imperial brown ales, or you get like the coffee brown ales or things like that.
Then you've left
throw
the
some
style.
lactose in there, But just
then you're in American strong ale territory.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? All right.
White IPAs are just worse IPAs.
White IPAs are just IPAs with coriander.
I thought it was with wheat.
Well, maybe, but everything tastes like. But they always put coriander and orange peel in white IPAs, almost across the board. If you look at white IPAs,
so it's a hoppy Belgian wit.
Basically, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. Because like when you start thinking about next time you see a white IPA, you look at it. I guarantee you, it'll say it has coriander and orange peel in it, almost every time.
Yeah. So when we're getting back to Pickwick, it really hasn't changed at all since 2007.
Honestly, it looks the exact same as it when I came here 13 years ago.
The clientele is the same. The service is the same. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm. Although they do import Irishmen from time to time, apparently, because our bartender today was clearly Irish.
Yes.
Whereas quite often they are not. Maybe British. But today I felt like we really got the whole Irish experience.
That's nice, authentic feeling.
Yeah. Really, you're really living the dream there.
And now I think the people at the bar are really overpowering us.
So we can wrap this up. So what would you give this Peaky Blinder Black IPA?
A 3.
Sure, I'll give it 2.75. I mean, it's not horrible, but fuck it, Black IPAs. Not my favorite. I think there's a rugby match going on today, or a football match, one or the other.
Then we really took the wrong time to get here.
Yeah. Well, you can find us online at whatsontappodcast.com. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes. Did I say Instagram? I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Facebook, wherever you find podcasts. Check us out online. Until next time.
Hey, what's on tap? Keep drinking it, dum-dums!
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.